好的，那么欢迎收看最新一期的《死亡搁浅》游戏解说。那么现在呢，这个游戏可以说是大结局了，所有的内容基本上都跑过一遍了。现在在山姆自己的名摊里面，游戏的这一段的话需要跑上几十分钟的时间，可能是因为游戏开发商想让玩家体验一下亚美丽在这里待了几万年的痛苦。讲道理啊，在这里跑了10分钟我都受不了，别说亚美丽在这里待了几万年了。所以这一段我基本上是一边刷手机一边玩过的。那么这一边呢，就直接跳过这一段。这边山姆体力透支了，然后呢，亚美丽就出来诉说她的故事了。后面推过去的是总统。其实亚美丽也尝试过对抗冥滩，拯救人类社会。
I was back in the hospital bed. I was split across 2 worlds. Bridget, my Ha in that one. Amelie, my Ka in this.
灵魂和肉身分开在2个世界。
Somehow, the 2 of us managed to coexist. Soon, our ages began to diverge. Bridget's body got older.While the beach kept Amelie's the same.
这也是亚美丽没有衰老的原因。
So I came up with a story. I told people that Amelie was my daughter. A daughter with a debilitating condition and an absent father. Look. Amelie. Is French for soul.A soul that's a lie. There was no Amelie. Only me and the beach. I thought it was a curse in the beginning. But later, I started thinking, maybe I can use this. I tried to find out more about the beach. Because understanding the beach had to be the key to interpreting my visions of the future.
然后听完故事之后呢，又需要继续跑，真的是非常无聊。跑累了之后就继续听故事。这一段就是亚美丽尝试抗争冥滩。
I realized the beach was connected to the world of the dead, which meant that somewhere out beyond it were the memories of time itself, including those of every organism that had ever lived. 4.6 billion years of biological history, a history that might even stretch back to the creation of the universe. The chiral network and everything that followed was born from my pursuit of that knowledge. By passing data through the beach, we were unbound by the restrictions of time. Simulations that would have taken years or more were simple and effortless. Everything that the Earth had lost and forgotten could be reconstructed and reclaimed. But shortly after we began our research, America saw its first void out. I thought I was running out of time, that my nightmares were becoming a reality. So I raced to complete the chiral network as quickly as possible. The past held all the answers. If only I could find a way to piece them together. A network that bridged our world and the beach. That might do it, I believed. So I started researching bridge babies, children bound to the world of the dead. What causes an extinction entity to come into being? What was the reason for the previous 5 mass extinctions? The answers to those questions would tell me how to stop the 6th. I founded bridges, more determined than ever to build a chiral network that would cover all of America. But the longer I fought my war against the inevitable, the weaker I became. My Ha had cancer. The beach's punishment, maybe, for not playing along like good little EE. And then, just like that, my Ha was gone. I couldn't finish what I'd started. So, I asked you to do it for me, and you did. You helped us complete the network, helped us to reclaim everything the universe experienced from its inception to this moment. Every mystery was ours to solve, like this one. Once, there was an explosion. A big bang that gave birth to time and space. Thing is, it was more like a big fluke. All that matter and antimatter should have canceled itself out, leaving nothing. But somehow a tiny speck of matter survived. Just enough. Enough to make this world and everything in it. A world that shouldn't be, a world out of balance. Order inevitably gives way to chaos. Everything that lives must inevitably die. It's like the universe is trying to return us to the nothing we came from. Maybe the Big Five were its best attempts to finish us off. But somehow, life always managed to survive just enough. Enough to thumb its nose at the will of the cosmos. You know, I'm starting to think that extinction might be the key to overcoming total annihilation. It forces life to fight to survive, to endure, to exist. That's why the Big Five ultimately rekindled life instead of extinguishing it. From the ashes of the dead rise the living. Stronger and wiser. Inheritors of the legacy of existence itself. They defy the universe and refuse to surrender. They say, we're just getting started. Extinction is an opportunity.
那么这一点呢，就是亚美利想要毁灭人类社会的原因了。曾经也是尝试过抗争，但是呢无济于事，因为大灭绝已经成为了必然的事情，所以呢索性就早点毁灭。然后接下来的内容呢还是继续跑，不过呢我这边还是直接跳过。到这里的时候，山姆已经在冥滩待了很久了，可能也是受不了一直待在这里吧，这里准备了结自己，然后呢去往来生。
Listen, Sam. I was the one that brought you and Cliff together again. There was something I wanted you to know. You were never abandoned. And you're not alone. Don't you see, Sam? You have to live.
这里就开始暗示拔叔是山姆的父亲了。好，那么现在可以看到海滩上面好像有5个虚影，这个5个虚影呢也是开局看到的，好像是那几个 BT。在这里待了很久之后呢，就可以准备出去了。现在就前往海滩那边准备出去了。那5个虚影越来越清晰了。旁边还出现了一只 BT， 不过因为现在是在冥滩 ，BT 应该是不会攻击人的。哎，这个时候山姆的那些朋友开始呼唤他了，说明山姆在冥滩的这段时间呢，他的朋友也是一直在想办法把他找回去。讲道理要玩到这一节的时候，真的是有点感动的。这边亚美利又出现在冥滩上面了，因为亚美利是灭绝体，所以呢可以自由穿梭在其他人的冥滩。
Don't give up. You're still connected.
我看那双手应该是亡人啊。然后山姆又被带到了冥滩边界。嘿，这边亡人抱着 BB。好，那么现在呢，又准备复活了，遣返回去。
For too long have we lived as strangers to one another, divided by walls built to keep us safe.
这边应该是硬汉在这里
Now
演
with
讲
the。completion of the Cairo network, we may at last move forward as a people united. Today we come together to celebrate the birth of a new nation for a new world, the United Cities of America. I once took an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. And though that proud republic may be no more, we remain. And so, as your president, I hereby swear to support and defend you, the people. Let there be no more walls between us, nor masks to hide who we are.
终于取下了之前的面具。
Let there be a new America. An America where we can face one another, where we can speak our minds and open our hearts. The old ways die hard, but I believe, my fellow Americans, that we have the strength and the courage to
可以
rise
看到
above
各个
our
节点城
past
的代表人
and
都在这里。
embrace
诺克尼也是把发型换回去了，
The Death Stranding is a part of that past,
新人也就一直在这里睡觉，估计现在又死了。
a constant reminder of what could have been. That we stand here today is
山姆表示你在说废话，
not to
甚至
the
现在
greatness
想
of
回
any
宿舍
one
抱 BB。
individual, but to our capacity to come together, to the bonds between us, to our collective greatness. All things must come to an end, ourselves included. But as long as we savor each moment, find joy in the promise of tomorrow, embrace hope, and reject despair, we will endure. President Bridget Strand and her daughter, Samantha America Strand, sacrificed everything in their pursuit of hope
果然还是一贯的作风啊，把这些真实的消息全部都封锁起来
to
了
be。whole again. That they are not here today to see the fruits of their labor fills us all with a profound sadness. But we find comfort in the knowledge that their memories will live on in the Cairo network and in our hearts. We will always remain connected. There's another hero in this story. One whose achievements seem destined to go unrecognized.
那你说个屁呀、
America still needs that hero. That person without whom we would not be here. Now, the name is unimportant, but you know who I mean. And for that unsung hero, I have a message.
Fuck you！
It was you who brought us together. You who made us whole again. And while you and I will eventually pass on, we will be...
Going somewhere, Sam? Tired of being the unsung hero?
No, I'm done is all. She's gone.
Come on, wait. There's something I need to tell you.
诶，山姆现在的肢体接触恐惧症已经好了，是不是代表现在就可以出去撩妹了？
That's great. Now, wouldn't you like to know how we brought you back from the beach? We were going to use the doll, but didn't have one handy, which is when I remembered something else.
总统的期待。
Not what I think it is.
Yes. What could be more connected to Amelie's beach than President Strand's umbilical cord? Hartman thought that's why she left it with me in the first place. Unfortunately...
It didn't work.
Yeah, she'd already cut her beach loose. It was just gone. We didn't know if that meant she dragged you into the great beyond or sent you to some other beach. We were really racking our brains. Hartman and Mama split up and started searching every beach you might feasibly have washed up on. We looked for a month with absolutely nothing to show for it.
A month on the outside. How long on the inside?
Trust me when I tell you, you don't want to know. But don't worry. We found no signs of accelerated aging. In the end, this is what led us to you. Just when we were about to give up, Die Hardman reminded us about the revolver. So, we tried to follow it, and it led us to a far corner of your own beach. And bingo, there you were. Mama made visual contact first. She was able to see you from her vantage point on the other side. She informed Lochna via their connection, and Hartman confirmed your location during his subsequent NDE. The plan was for Fragile to, in essence, slingshot Lou and me to your position so we could rescue you. But it's not so easy to send multiple individuals to another person's beach for an extended period of time. And that's where the umbilical cord came in. We wove these from President Strand's DNA. They serve as a single knot that binds us all. The President must have known all of this would happen. Ironic, isn't it? The gun that set this whole mess in motion ends up being the key to saving you.
Amelie, she said it had another purpose.
Not a weapon, but a lifeline. A stick that became a rope. I suppose that's one way of putting it.
到最后还是亚美丽帮助了男主。
Oh, Sam. You have no idea how long I've been waiting to give you a hug. Got something else to tell you. Top secret. It's about Cliff. BB's mother's name was Lisa Bridges, Cliff's common-law wife.
Lisa Bridges.
和男主一个姓。
Now, Cliff was killed by a man identified in the records only as John.
也就是硬汉。
Former U.S. Special Forces. Quite good at it by all accounts. Later appointed as an aide to the president, who used him for most of her wet work. The records go on to state that he vanished after Cliff's death. A warrant was put out, but he was later found dead.
这也是硬汉为什么一直戴着面具的原因。
Turns out some people die harder than others, though. Dear John donned a mask and reappeared with a new identity. But you can't fool the chiral network. We restored the old records, and Mama hid them deep in the archives. You're the only one besides us with access privileges. Take a look if you're so inclined. But don't say I didn't warn you. The president's got some dirty, dirty laundry.
诶，这个时候硬汉过来了。
I don't trust him. But I'll work with him if that's what it takes. We'll talk later.
看这个时候硬汉想过来和山姆说什么。直面这个家伙。
Sam.
哦，现在可能是要交代一些事情了。
I don't expect you to forgive me.
看起来是准备直接坦白。
But would you hear me out? I killed Captain Clifford Unger. I would tell you I did it for America. For love of country. But I didn't. I did it for her. Because I loved her with all my heart.
你这个理由就狗得很啊。
She was everything to me. Everything. Now, I'm not trying to make excuses. I just want you to know that not a day's gone by when I haven't thought about it. Time didn't help. Or the mask. Please, let me finish. The captain saved my life.
有点控制不住自己的情绪了。
You know why they call me Die Hardman? Because he wouldn't let me die. He brought my sorry ass back home every time. And I loved him as much as I loved her. And when he stared me down, that ghost, I knew he was here to kill me, to make it right. And why shouldn't he? Why didn't he? He couldn't save his kid, his baby. And that's what brought him back. I guess when he saw I was trying to do my part for America, he remembered who he was. And he forgave me. God! But I don't deserve it, God damn it! There is no atoning for what I've done. God! But maybe this is the next best thing. Maybe he brought me back from the beach for a reason. One last time. He wanted me to do this. To keep on being Die Hardman.
No. He didn't. Nobody wants a president who acts like they're immortal.
就像亚美丽一样。
And if you're not scared of death, how can you value life? And life is pretty fucking fragile right now.
这句话说的相当对啊。
And yeah, the old ways die hard. But that's what's gonna have to happen if we're gonna come together and build a better America. That gun won't help you here. That's her words, not mine.
好，那么这期视频内容呢，差不多就到这里了。不过离死亡搁浅的视频的话，还能做几期的，因为后面还有2个任务没有做完。那么喜欢这个视频的小伙伴一定要记得点赞关注哟。那么我们下期再见，拜拜。